welcome back. We are continuing looking into Django and Python, and we're looking, this is sort of part two, maybe beyond that, but right now, part two of looking at the objects, the models, and some of the things that it allows us to do. We've looked at the models several times. It's very essential. It's a very core piece of what Django provides us. So we're going to do some more digging into that today. And I'm going to start by, let's go to, I'm going to do just like a quick, I'm going to call it test, just because I want to fire it up from the web as opposed to somewhere else. I'm going to call this test, go to views. I don't think I have a test yet, just making sure. I do not have a test, good. So what I want to do is I'm just going to steal this one. And let's see, so this is sort of at the end. Let's do display results, just so I've got that in there. And I'm going to call this test. So one of the things I want to do is, I've only got 2 tasks sitting in there, so I want to actually go in and create some really, really quick. And the way I can do that with the model is, dot objects dot create, and this is a task, so I need name, and I'm going to need status. I think it's a 2 that I need to have. Status is required, and it's a lookup status. So what I wanted to do, let's go back to my view. So first I've got to, I'm going to do status equals lookup status, which I've done this before. So let me go back to my test. I think I grabbed one somewhere. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Oh, actually I wanted to do a get. Did I get a get here really quick? Yeah, let's do this. So I'm just going to steal this that I took before. So my current status is going to be, and I think that is new. Let me see if I go take a look over here at my stati. I'm not running, I bet I'm not running my server. It's down right now. So views has no attribute test. So sorry, let me, before I go over here, views needs to be that. So now I should be able to see this running again. And now I can jump onto my admin, look at my stati. So new is new short name. So I'm going to come over here, pick this up from new. From new. Yeah, short name new. And so I'm going to do a create, and I want status equals new. I'm sorry, equals status, which that's going to be a little bit confusing. Except for I need this. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, remove some space, status equals status. There we go. So I'm going to create one there. I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, 5. So like that, so 4, 5, and 6. I am not going to delete those. And so let's just do this for my test. So now I should see some extra ones come in. I think it saves it, but it may not. I may have to save it. And owner ID cannot be null. My mistake. Back here. So that's going to be, what did I call that? Here, edit task, because that'll probably give it to me. Owner, okay. So owner equals request.user. Let's just do it this way. Let's add a few tasks, 4, 5, 6, 7. And think that's right. So now if I go look here and call it, okay, so there, so it added 4, 5, 6, 7. If I run it again, I'm going to have a whole bunch of these. Bam. So I've got a whole bunch of records now. So I've quickly cranked out, whatever this is, a dozen records. So one of the first things I want to do is, so I'm going to I don't need this anymore. So let's, well, I'll just comment that out for now. So I've created multiple tasks. So now one of the things I can do is I can actually limit very easily the number of records that are returned. So in this case, let's say I only want to see 4 records. And it's pretty easy to do. I just throw that behind there. And now I only see 4 records. If I want to see 6 records, boom, I see 6 records. So I can limit real quickly. I can easily limit the number of records that I have. And I can do it as like I could do a paging kind of thing, something like that. But now, of course, I would have to do some additional work on that to do my filters and stuff like that. Another thing I can do is actually, let's keep that. So I'm going to limit my, I'm going to always limit my records to 5. But now another thing I can do here is I can come in and say, instead of all, I can do a filter. And let's do name. I'm going to do a like. So let's do name like 3. And the way you do that is it has this thing called a contains. So I do an underscore contains. And then let's say the text 3. And so now when I go here, I'm going to see is I've got these that come up with the name of 3. Now I can use these with some of the other things that I've been working with, but I can pretty quickly, as you see, within, again, this goes back to the power of models and using them, is I've got the ability to do a contains. I've got my, which is a like. So it's going to, so if I did, just to be sure, so if I do ask, then anything that has the text ask in it is going to show up, and it's still going to be limited to 5. So if I come back here, I'm going to see that all of these have, so now it's picking up my task, another task, because it has ask in it, ASK. And let's see, so that gives me that, and I could, I can drop my limit at any point if I want to. I can also do, instead of a filter, we've done the query set, but I can also do exclude. So if I want to get, let's see, I want to do every task where it name contains 7. And I'm going to get rid of my list. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything except where name has 7 in it somewhere. So if I go here, I'm going to see 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's no 7s in there. So I've got, actually, let's do this way. So I can do a filter. I can do an exclude. And I can do it as contains. I could do it as an equals. So I could come back in here and filter and say, instead of that, I could do where name, I want to filter everywhere except for name contains. Oh, let's do task. Yeah. And I'm going to end up getting none back because I have task in every single name. But now let's go back. Let's flip over my task real quick. And I'm going to edit this one. And I'm going to say commit code changes. And save it. And now when I refresh here, did I save it right? commit code changes. Here, oh, let's see, what did I do? I missed something. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do a filter. My mistake. I was filtering it for everywhere where name was equal to task, which is still. So I filtered that out. So instead, now if I want to do exclude, where name is equal to, well, so I did task 7. Let's filter. Well, we go back to a like. So again, I can do a filter everything where name contains equals task. And so now it's going to be a like again. So anywhere that shows, and now, whoop, I did a filter instead of an exclude. So before, what I saw is everything except that one where I said another task. Now when I come in and refresh, what did I do here? Oh, I'm sorry, it's not exclude, it's excludes. Oh, no, it's not. It is exclude, but I have to spell it right. And now let's come back here, and I see that new one in there. So I can do excludes, I can do filters, I can create objects very quickly. And notice I didn't have to save on these. This is actually within the model. So this is not, this is actually on the back end that I can create something very quickly. And I can also, as we saw here, I can limit results. Now, and this combined with things we've already talked about, the all and delete, we can do huge amounts of work without needing to write a lot of code. The database side of this stuff, I mean, this is really a nice, relational manager for us that allows us to very quickly set some values up, do all kinds of sweeping changes, and we really don't have to do any major work with it now, or have made any high-end database knowledge. Now let me give you one more, and that'll wrap it up for this time. Is I can actually, you may ask, well, how do I get more complicated what they provide? Well, I can do a raw, and what this is going to do, I'm going to select star from, now I got to remember what this was called. I believe it was called, let's see, what is my application called? It is called, because, well, let's flip back over here real quick. So if I do raw, where's raw? I can actually do SQL. So, so you root -p, give it a password. I gotta remember what my tables are. So I show databases. I want to use DP project. Now show tables. And remember that this is DP project is going to precede my my table name. So if I describe DP project _ task. Now, if I want to just do select star from DP project task, then there you go. So I've got all of these records. Now I can take that same query and put it into a view. Now this is obviously a very simple example, but I'm going to be able to pull all those in. It's going to do its best to slap it into tasks, which is going to be, really the rows are going to be tasks. And I'm going to see it looks exactly the same in this case. So if I come through here, do test. Oops, what did I miss? I missed something, I missed something, I missed something. Oh, I missed starting my server back up. So let's get him running. And now I can do a select star from there. Obviously, we can get far more complicated with this. I can do all kinds of inners and outers. I can add additional values. I can do calculations. I can do all kinds. So I could do like here, let's just say group by, or actually let's do, well, yeah, let's do group by name. And I could do distincts based on this as well. Typically, you're not going to want to do a star. You're going to want to actually give yourself the fields. So now I'm going to see that they're going to be, so here's my group bys. So like in this case is, because group by and going a little further into database stuff, it essentially is just it's going to give me one row for where I have duplicates. So now, where I had 2 task 3s, 2 4s, 5s, and 6s, all those, you're going to see only those ones. So there's all kinds of little things we can do, and not so little things we can do by using the, let's just do it this way. We'll bring that back. By using raw. We can do very complex stuff. The thing to remember is whatever you return here is going to be available here based on that name. So I could actually remap column names. There's a whole lot of stuff I can do in order to squeeze something into essentially what I did on the edit page, where I was, well, here I'm using a form. So it's going to look at those form fields, which, where's my form? If I look at the task form, here's the fields I have. So I could actually remap values. I could add calculated values. There's all kinds of fun little things I can do with this. But that's why I want to wrap it up this time around. So we've done a crash course of objects and what we can do with them. And next time around, we're going to continue adding some functionality to our application. So hopefully you learned from this. You can always take a look out on our show notes and get a link to the GitHub. And you can find this, for the tag for this will be day 27. And check out the code changes. And until next time, go out there, have yourself a great day, and we will talk to you next time.